Caramba, it's tequila time. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
On behalf of Manila House, this is Bambina Olivares, your Director of Programming, welcoming members and non-members alike to today's virtual tequila tasting and food pairing session with 1800 Premium Tequila. Guiding you today is 1800 Brand Ambassador Stelios Papadopoulos. If this is your first time to join us online, allow me to introduce Manila House. We are a private members club that opened in February 2017 with the aim of bringing together an assemblage of people from the business, creative, cultural, and intellectual communities who are drawn to each other by a shared interest to continuously learn about art, culture, food, business, and politics, and from the diversity of their fellow members themselves. It is a community of curious, committed, and caring individuals, and it lives on beyond the physical confines of the club. We have featured both local and international speakers and continue to broaden our reach among members and non-members alike. Our previous webinars are available for viewing on the Manila House YouTube channel. That said, for the non-members among us, you might like to consider membership to Manila House. We have a limited number of memberships still available. Please email membership@manilahouseinc.com for more information. Please be informed that Manila House is open for dine-in to fully vaccinated members and their guests, and our takeaway service is open to the public. Please call us on 0917-816-3685 to place your orders. Before we begin, a few ground rules. This event is being recorded and will be up on the Manila House YouTube channel in a day or two. Please use the chat box for any questions and comments, and we'll get to your questions as we go along. Also, you may have the option to unmute yourselves and also turn on the camera because this is an actually meeting format. So let's get down to business. Let me just pull up something on the screen. So we have with us, joining us today is Stelios Papadopoulos. He's the 1800 Global Brand Ambassador. After working as a bartender for nearly 10 years, Stelios realized that tequila was and has always been his greater passion. So he spent 2 years traveling to Mexico and learning everything about agave and tequila. He is the first non-Mexican tequila expert to be recognized by the National Chamber of the Tequila Industry. As a brand ambassador, he spends his time traveling all over the world, teaching bartenders and media about tequila and the 1800 brand's rich heritage. So in your tasting kit today, you would have received 4 different 50 mils each of 4 different kinds of premium tequilas, which include 1800 silver, 1800 coconut, 1800 reposado, and 1800 anejo. Together with that, you'll have 200 milliliters of Fever Tree Indian tonic and 240 mils of pineapple juice, as well as 4 pieces of dehydrated lime slices. And you would have received your beef fajitas and nachos with guacamole. So we're going all Mexican today with the menu. Stelios will guide us through this evening and show you how to mix and match and enjoy tequila like you never have before. As we said, you're going to discover the unexpected tonight. So with that, I hope you're all ready to taste some tequila. And over to you, Stelios. I just wanted to say this evening because we have a Mexican tequila, a Greek brand ambassador, and a Filipino audience. So very international, you know. And
I mean, guys,
probably got a little tipsy, right? So.
I mean, this is, you know, when you drink tequila, sometimes things go off, okay? But, you know, that's why you get to see all these international people mix and match together. So it's the better mean to communicate with people is through tequila. And I guarantee that because I've done this for more than 15 years in my life. That's why I remain a tequila lover. So first of all, I would like to thank everyone for being here. It's been a while since I've last been to Philippines. It was like 2019, I think. It was amazing, absolutely stunning. And it was my first time staying there for a week. It was absolutely fantastic. I love the crowd. I love their love about tequila. And now it gets even better because now we're gonna try to go, I mean, online, of course, but we're gonna travel to Mexico through our laptops and hopefully I'll try to deliver that to you as much as possible. Next time, let's make sure that we all meet in Tequila in Mexico, yeah, and we have some proper time over there and some proper tastings in there. So before I start, many people, they think that tequila is all about shots, for example, or only shots, but actually it's more than this. Doesn't really matter how you enjoy tequila. At the end of the day, it's like sipping Mexico, as I like to say. Let me share my screen. Here, I would like to start with a short video in order to kind of like shortcut through the whole process of how tequila has been made. But before that, I wanted to ask you guys, what's your experiences with tequila? Is tequila, for example, one of your favorite spirits, or maybe not? Or anybody wants to share his opinion or point of view on tequila?
Well, I've been told that for women, I mean, tequila is actually quite low in calories. Am I right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because we're not, and now, when we're going to talk about the process, because our base plan is the agave, but actually you can find agave syrup in the bio shops, and even honey, for example, which is even not diabetics can have honey, bee honey, yeah. They allowed to have an agave syrup. And for us and for our products, especially the ones that they are 100% agave tequilas, like the 1800 that we're going to talk about this today, it's our base. So starting with 0 and then sharing an experience. Okay, so I'll jump. We got some side people, as I see here. So trust me, after the first tasting, everybody's going to start laughing and engaging or something. I've been through many, many times. So, okay, let's wait until that time. Okay, let me start with this short video. If we have any issues or difficulties, please let me know.
Sound is a little wonky. This is sound.
So I hope you guys you enjoyed our introduction to tequila in Mexico. Actually, I wanted to say a few words on the on tequila and the history, that it's history and heritage of tequila and our companies. So any idea, you guys, have you heard how the distillation process started? Yep, no, okay. So everything starts from back in the days, from alchemists, okay, where those guys that were based in Middle East. Okay, and these guys, long story short, they move from the Middle East and they go up to Spain. Spaniards were very, very famous travelers, and they end up finding, as we all know, the Americas. But actually, one of the first places that they found, and I'm not sure if you guys ever been to Mexico, but actually it was the Mayan Peninsula, known today as the Yucatan. And actually there, these guys, the conquistadores, they actually They were looking for grapes. There was zero back then in what is known as Mexico today. And what they actually did, they took the agave plant. I bet you have. I haven't seen any in Philippines so far, but the agave plant is like a very huge pineapple. It's pretty much similar to the century plant. I'm not sure if you ever guys seen one of them, and can grow up to 250 kilos. But actually, this guy said, since we have the agave plant as a base, and we don't have grapes, what if we use the art of distillation that we know and they brought together from the Middle East through the alchemists and come up with something? And this is what they actually did. They came up with the vino de mezcal, the wine from mezcal, where mezcal actually is referring to the agave plant itself. These guys, they try to develop the liquid. They're moving towards the town of Tequila. For those that they have no idea, actually the town of Tequila is an actual town, like 40 minutes away from Guadalajara, which is the second largest city in Mexico. And actually, this is where the magic started from. And in this area, the first guy that ever started cultivating the plant, realizing that she can deliver a very nice liquid between friends and family in the beginning, she got the first license to commercially produce tequila. Okay, which actually this guy, it was the Cuervo guy, which is actually the founder of 1800 tequila as well. So this history starts from back in 1795. Okay, and we are the oldest tequila producer. We are the oldest distillery. Okay, so all these years, imagine, that we have reached extreme levels of expertise within the category. You might think, like, really, you're talking about expertise or sophisticated and premium spirits? I'll say absolutely yes, because like tequila, there are not many spirits around the world that they can be that versatile. I don't know if you guys heard, for example, our range, that the Blanco tequilas, Reposado, Anejo, and Extra Añejos. Okay, but we're gonna take things right from the beginning. But what is important is to understand how we end up, having tequila nowadays. But there was a fight. I think that was very, very interesting to you guys, with Mexicans and Spaniards about who invented tequila. So the story that I just shared with you is I would say the European version, but because of the distillation. But actually, a few years ago, it was, I think, 2.5 years ago, they found out that actually the first distillation arrived to Mexico, the knowledge of distillation arrived to Mexico through Philippines. Because back in the days, they used to ferment and distill coconut. Is that right? Anybody heard about these guys?
Oh, this is all new. This is all really interesting, and this could be from the galleon trade as well, right?
I haven't found. I'm still, we're still trying to figure out the dogs, and all the researches, that to be shared. But actually, that was, wow. I mean, so long. Back in the 15th century, or even before that. So that's beautiful history. To see where actually all people meet together. Okay, as we did today. From Philippines to down to Mexico, but from the Pacific side, or the Europeans coming, from the Atlantic side. And who gets to be the winner? I think the Filipino style pot stills that they used to use back then. Actually, now they've been used in mezcal. I don't know if you heard about mezcal, but it's like the father of tequila, the ancestor. Okay, and I mean, we will pretty soon find, and we can deliver more information about this. So Our inspiration, as I told you guys, here actually you can see some of the plants. The plants tend to be like more than 2 meters high when they reach maturity. It takes 7 years for a plant to grow, and actually we need 7 kilos from raw, matured agave plant in order to distill it and get a liter bottle of tequila. So 7 years for the plant to grow, 7 years, 7 kilos in order to harvest the plant. So it's not like any other spirit that exists in the world that it takes so long to be delivered, even in unaged format. So that's why you will get to see blanco tequilas, okay, that those tequilas are clear liquid, and the large circle from Mexico, in order to get this bottle to your hand in front of you, to get these samples that the guys from Manila have sent it to you today. Okay, it took 9 years minimum for the blanco, 0 aging. So based on the law, because it's a very hard to get tequila outside of Mexico, because Mexicans are very, very proud as well. Okay, it's a very, very long process because we need to look after the plants. Many people think that the cognac or the grape distillates tend to be a little bit more sophisticated. Okay, but even in whiskey, for example, nobody, in a way, it doesn't really affect the flavor profile of the whiskey, which is 99.9%, I would say. It's all about the bottle. Okay, and there is no raw material. In rum, for example, even the sugar cane, it takes like 1 year for the plant to be harvested. Sometimes to some areas in Caribbean, you can harvest twice the plant, but in our case, 7 years. So you might hear that there's a shortage of tequila. You might hear that there's a shortage of agave for several reasons. It's true, but it's happening. But as well, it's worth the waiting. Now this is the next process. So as soon as we have full maturity on the plant, what we do is we actually harvest the leaf of the plant and we put it in ovens, in traditional ovens. Okay, which is, as you can see here in the picture, that we cook for 36 to 40 hours our agave plants, and from raw and super big balls, we call them piñas, actually, because they look like a very big pineapples. What we do is we cook them and we soften them down. We're changing the structure, so we can extract the agave syrup that you've probably seen in the past. Then from that stage, we go for the grinding. Okay, of course, in the top left, you will see the old school, like we call it tajona, a very big mill that actually used to squeeze the agaves in there. But of course, nowadays we're using the grinders that actually they turn the agave into very, very small pieces, and then they squeeze. Big cylinders are squeezing the plants, and they get the agua miel, or the water honey, as they call them. Then, as we normally all do, fermentation, which is a very unique process. Many people, they talk about the distillation or any other, or the aging, but actually in our case, especially for 1800, we're very, very careful in the fermentation process, because actually this is where the magic happens. This is where actually the master distiller, the maestro tequilero, are working on the recipe. They define the recipe, and then through the distillation process, we're cutting the edges or the unnecessary aromas and characteristics that we don't want in our tequilas. We just throw them away into that process. In order to name your product tequila, of course, it must be distilled twice, and it must be bottled in Mexico, especially when we are talking about the 100% agave tequila, as you can see here in my bottle that I'm holding. Okay, 100% agave tequila. It's the process that we are explaining right now. Please feel free to if you have any questions, maybe I go too fast, maybe you understand nothing, or but anything, please, I'm here to help you and deliver experience and make you real tequila lovers. So absolutely
or have a sip, or have a sip, right?
Sorry.
Have a sip of tequila,
Yeah,
whether you
Yeah, I would
understand
use
or not.
you know what? Maybe I would use a straw or straight from the bottle, but
Yeah.
but maybe later because here in Greece it's still very early, so I do have my Mexican coffee here, but easy we can get there. So now we have different styles of tequila. Okay, let me introduce you first to 1800 brand. Okay, which is the first premium tequila. Which actually the year is not just a number, here in the front. Actually, this is a date where the first premium tequila is being invented. And when we say back then, they didn't know the definition of being premium, yeah. But actually, it was the easiest tequila on the mouthfeel. So people, because back then it was very aggressive, they didn't have the technology in order to deliver like super nice products as we do today, and very smooth and delicate. Okay, so it was very like super macho, super Mexican, chiles, and back then these tequilas, it was their style. But actually, since we had the first 8 tequilas, like the 1800 Reposado and the 1800 Anejo, okay, people, they start exploring more tequilas. So they say, wow, that was absolutely different from what we used to have before. So they call it the first premium tequila because actually it was barrel aged. Okay, so we have the first aged tequila. Bless you, Bambina. So other than this, it was, of course, refined enough. I don't know. You will get to see that in a tasting that we're going to do in a bit. Okay, it's super sophisticated with very unique style, as you will get to see. Most awarded tequila, which is very important because we are Mexicans, right? We are not like fancy French people or from UK or US. Okay, but we are Mexicans, we are humble, but with passion, hard work, and honesty, we deliver fantastic products, which you will enjoy in a bit. Okay, this was me on the process, but there are a few technical details that I like to go before we start tasting. Do you all have your tasting glasses? Do you have your glasses in front of you and the samples?
I'm hurrying up in the traffic to have tequila, guys.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You don't have your kit with you, Ferdy?
10 minutes. I'll be there to have tequila. I'm so excited.
That's some great vibes. Which I know the traffic is quite crazy there, right? So, yeah. Okay. So, what is a silver tequila? As you can see here, silver, blanco, plata, platino. There are many names. This is that marketing actually is generating. At the end of the day, silver is in, I don't know, in English, and blanco is in Spanish, okay, which is easy to tell. But you might see tequilas that they are a little bit aged or has a little bit of coloring. What is the difference? Okay, in order to name your product blanco or silver, okay, you have the right as a producer to age your product or let it rest for maximum 59 days in oak barrels. Okay, so of course we want our product to have a small twist in there, especially if you have like a weak product. Okay, but in our case, our tequila 1800 silver, it's super crystal clear, and you can tell the very specific characteristics that has this brand. So shall we start pouring some? No? Okay,
Sure.
I'll pour myself. So guys, there is a very specific way as well to try not only tequila, okay, but actually spirits. Okay, so if you have a tasting glass or you get like a balloon glass, okay, this is the standard glass for tequila, for spirits tasting. Okay, but we have to be very careful, especially when we talk about first sips. Okay, because I don't know. I think it's like 7 o'clock in the afternoon down there, which I'm not sure if you had.
30, almost 6:30 in the evening.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So for sure, I don't know. Most of you guys probably you haven't had any spirits before or any alcoholic beverage. Okay, but like me, for example, 11 o'clock in the morning or 12. So what you have to do is always go easy. Have you seen people, like going in a club, and they order shots of tequila or any shot, and they go like, boom, with the shot, and then, oh my God, when you go like this, you shouldn't blame tequila, okay? Because I'll give you an example. Okay, you have a fighter in front of you, okay? Let's say that this fighter is, his name is alcohol, okay? Some, they call it McGregor, for example. But are you ready for someone to give you a punch in the face out of nowhere? No. If this guy give you another punch, are you going to be more ready or more prepared for the second one? Yes, you are. Okay, why? Because, I don't know, you're used to it or something. So this is what we do in tasting as well. So we need to start, go easy. We need to have a first sip in order to prepare our mouth, our tongue, our palate, okay, before we go to enjoy any, not only tequila, but actually any spirit. So what we're gonna do, okay, is before we, of course, we start tasting, we're gonna have to go through the aromas, okay? And in the aromas, so you can start understanding, the differences in aromas. It's, first of all, you can approach your nose here on the rim, the lowest part of the rim, okay? And we go easy. You close your mouth, you close your eyes, try to explore what's in there. Sometimes you get to see all these sophisticated spirit drinkers, that they smell bananas, they smell, I don't know, artichokes, or I don't know, the tears from a ninja, or, the dragon, I don't know. But of course, what was that? Someone is very excited already? No? Okay. So, tasting is all about your personal experiences, okay? The way that your mom used to cook, the way that the fruits are smelling, the unique fruits you have in Philippines, like the mangoes or papayas or anything. For me as a Greek, I could never have this kind of aromas into my life, into my palate, into my memory. Okay, so you guys, you might recognize few aromas, okay, that I had no idea. Okay, so I'm not here to take you through and tell you, oh, this smells like chocolate, or smells like a vanilla, or smells like whatever. It's up to you guys to tell me what you can feel in there. They're organoleptic characteristics. They are very unique, and it's up totally on you. So please, try to approach the glass, go to the lower rim, okay, and easy, try to identify, the earthy aromas, okay, on the downside of the rim, right here. This is where we analyze the earthy aromas. When we talk about earth, okay, what is coming? What are the first thoughts that are coming to you? Stone, salt, I don't know, maybe soil, wet soil, grass. It could be, I don't know, trees, or I don't know, even the street. That these nice aromas that we get to see when we walk in some weird neighborhoods or something. But it's true; it's happening. You can tell. So if it's a nice aroma, that means it's something good in there. It's something like, smells like chemical, smells like I don't know, dirty or something like this. It can be something unwanted. Okay, so for sure that will not make any premium. And please, guys, stay away from it. Okay. So the second part, when we do a tasting, it will be right in the middle. Okay, when we do the aromas, when we analyze the aromas. Okay, we approach the nose right in the center of the glass. I don't know if you can see my glass here, but right in the middle. Okay, what we're going to look for are the sweet aromas and the sweet characteristics from coming from the agave plant, the cooked agave plant, or the agave syrup itself. Some they might say molasses, others might say honey, others might say I don't know, pine or anything sweet that recalls sweetness to you. Some they will say sugar, which is fine as well. Okay, because we're still talking about the blanco tequila. Then we go for the third part, which is right on top. Okay, feel free to touch your nose at the top, okay, and try easy, easy. We never put our nose inside the glass because some people, they do like this. If you do like this, trust me, you're gonna lose the sense of smell. Okay, why? Because we're dealing with high proof, high volume spirits. So this alcohol, especially in glasses like this, the tulip ones, it will evaporate and come straight to your nose. And when you have it inside, it's trapped, and then bye-bye nose. Okay. As well, it's very, very important to go easy, and take your time before you try to taste it. Some people, as well, they tend to do that move. Is that ring a bell? That many people do. They think they're sophisticated or sexy or, whatever. And all they do is this before they try. But actually, that will burn the sense of aroma as well. Okay, because when you do that, alcohol evaporates faster. And when you approach, boom, and then it goes everything to your nose. You can do it in wine. You can do it in other low ABV spirits, which, for example, a wine, it could be 11, 12, or 15 alcohol by volume. Here, we're dealing with 40 ABV. So you can tell the difference. As well, the glass, the wine glass. George, may I have your one? Can I have a wine glass, please? So if you get to see the difference between a tasting glass and a wine glass, you see, that's huge. Even with my nose, which is huge, a proper Greek nose, even I have a lot of space to move around. You see, but here, oh my God, it's so tiny. Or no, sorry, my nose is very big. So then we're gonna go to at the top. I forgot to mention that we're looking for aromas like flowers and fruits. Okay, but the aromas that we get, for example, you have a mango. Okay, when it's ripe, and you don't need to eat it, but the specific aroma, or a pineapple. Those aromas that we get from the lemon zest or from the orange. These are the orange blossom, for example, that they would say. Those are the aromas that we're looking for. And guys, my apologies, but males, they have no idea about aromas. You girls know you're the best people to have in tastings, because you go out today in your daily life and say, oh, today I have a tasting with Manila House and I want to smell like coconut. Why? Because I feel comfortable, I feel independent, or I feel whatever, right? Or tonight I have a dinner and I want to smell like, I don't know, bananas, or all these perfumes, aromas, and body creams that you guys do. Imagine, boys, how many aromas they have. They probably have one aftershave, and if they're lucky, probably they have a perfume as well, because sometimes they tend to forget it, right? So, I know it sounds disgusting sometimes, but we're talking about tasting, okay? And this is what we need to focus on today. So now let's go and do the sipping. The rest of the details, we don't really need much more. Okay, let's go and do the first salute and try our tequila. And please let me know what you guys feel in there. Okay, you want to start with the aromas? Anybody wants to start with the aromas? Or you want me to act clever?
Feel free to unmute yourselves, and even your cameras and your mics if you want to say something. Come on, Ferdy.
First of all, I bet you guys have put already the samples, right?
I'm home. I'm ready to drink.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, that's some really good vibes. Okay, so the first thing, when you guys go and you do the first tasting in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit bitter, alcoholic, okay, and a little bit intense. Don't start judging the tequila you have in front of you, with this, with the first sip. Okay, always you need to try twice. But when you do the first sip, make sure that you keep it more than 5-6 seconds into your mouth. Okay, so please follow me. Salud. Put it on your palate. Make sure that goes everywhere, remains like this in order for your palate, to get ready because of the high proof alcohol. And I bet all my money in, that is gonna go with the second sip. Everything's gonna go so smooth. Okay, so easier than the first sip. Okay, and then the third one goes easier, the fourth one goes easier again and again and again and again, and then you have the whole bottle done. Okay, and then you're happy to go back home. But always with style, enjoy responsibly. So please try the second sip, okay, and that for sure, I bet that will make it easier. So please follow me. You see now the freshness, you see, the black peppers. Another thing that might be very handy for you guys, it will be to change the ingredients into colors. I don't know if you ever heard that. That's super interesting because, okay, Bambina, because, if I ask you to describe, I feel something like flower, a red flower, and sweet, what that will be?
Red flower and sweet. I don't know. I suppose let's share a rose or a pansy or.
Exactly. So for example, if I tell you flower, white flower, for example, again, more sweet, something floral, something. This is what you get to feel in the aroma, the flavor. Okay, you would say white rose.
Yeah.
It might be, I don't know, cherry blossom. It would be, all these aromas. We tend to describe them very easily. Okay, if I tell you something fruity, citrusy, and orange, okay, or what would be the orange, or it will be yellow, it will be the lemon, or it will be green, it will be the lime. So all these, try to convert them, because sometimes we get to tend to send something colorful. So please try, that might help as well a lot. Thank you very much, Bambina, for this. Guys, have you tried 1800 silver?
I think so. I think everyone's had a swig.
Okay, if not, make sure that you tried it later. Okay, and so we jump to the next one. That will be the 1800 Reposado. Reposado, as you guys understand, it's a tequila that has been aged for more than 2 months up to a year. So we put it in American barrels, oak barrels, and we let it there relax, because reposado means relaxed, okay? And we let it there for a few months in order to smoothen it down, okay? And this is why you get to see the difference, okay? So I don't know if you ever put together, a blanco tequila with a reposado, you get to see some goldish notes, both in eye and flavor. You will notice them very easily. And, this is actually coming from the oak. Many whiskeys, for example, or many rums, they're using caramel as an additive, okay, in there, because people like to see consistency, okay? But actually tequila, and in our tequilas, the 1800, we are not adding any extras, okay? So you can, if you have both of the tequilas, you can always compare, so you can understand the difference between the Blanco and the Reposado. Okay, you can get, your liquids here and try to compare aromas on the left, for example, with the silver, aromas from the Reposado, and then you give it a taste, give it a go, and the Blanco will be a little bit more kind of spicy, a little bit more mineral, a little bit more refreshing. And then if we're gonna go for Reposado, okay, probably we're gonna feel ginger spices in there, nutmegs, starting to feeling all these aged characteristics that we get to take, like even chocolate. Now you might sense, for example, lemons or limes in the Blanco, but in this case, now with the aging, we're gonna go to darker colors like oranges and grapefruits. The pink grapefruits, for example, yeah. So please give it a go. That's very super interesting as well. And just from the oak, you get to see how smoother that is. It's not only for the oak, it's about as well the third sip that you guys had already, okay, which is going to make it easier again. But then, all these different barrels, the American and French oak barrels that we're using into the process, okay, that will mix and match and try to balance them as easy as and deliver something as smooth as possible. Yeah. Did you guys try the Reposado? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes,
okay.
yes. And also feel free, you can dig into the food as well, right? I mean, it works well with the food.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, if you haven't tried, the tequilas, it would be nice to do it without the nachos, for example, or the food. But then as soon as you get to understand, the aromas and everything, then you can choose, you can select what to drink, what you like the most, or what is the food pairing, that you like the most. Because, for example, I am a Blanco tequila drinker. I love Blanco tequila because I like to feel the earthy aromas. Okay, but if I have a fajitas or if I have a mole or tacos or something, I cannot go with the 1800 silver. Okay, I will need to go with a reposado because all these aged characteristics, they will help me, like the ginger spices, for example, that you get to see, or the cinnamon, nutmeg that already exist in the reposado. They might add an extra touch, into my food. And this is why we do food pairing. This is why we actually do the tasting, in order to see what we like the most, and maybe it's the food pairing, what matches, what is the perfect combo that I can create, so I can create my own experience. Even as a bartender, this is what I do. I do the tasting because I want to deconstruct the tequilas and then deliver a nice margarita, a nice paloma, or any other drink, that I want to deliver to my customers. Okay, I want to create an experience based on their food. If they have a seafood, if they have meat, if they have a dessert or something. But talking about dessert. Look at that baby here. That's the 1800 Anejo, one of the most beautiful tequilas that exist in the world of añejos. Okay, añejo, of course, you guys know, it means aged. Okay, and this tequila, it takes more than 3 years, that sit rest in the casks.
7 ngayon.
So, is there any question or something? Sorry. No.
No, I think we're fine.
I guess I can proceed. So, this is this beautiful girl here. It's one of the, many people, they say, I don't like tequila, I'm a whiskey drinker, or I'm a rum drinker. Trust me, even if you go with blind eyes and I give you this tequila here, the 1800 Anejo, okay, you will absolutely love it. And you guys probably will say that this is a rum or aged whiskey. Some people, they tend to refer to this tequila like a cognac as well. So that's the challenge, and this is the beautiful and how versatile a tequila can be. not only Blanco, Reposado, Anejos. Okay, you can, if you have all the samples in front of you, sorry for this, but you can try and explore the differences. You know how easy that will be, you know, to identify the colors because of the aging. And this is the only thing, aging. We're using the same bottles for different amount of time. And guys, look at this. Look at the differences here. You know how aged it gets, 0 coloring in there. That's a beautiful product. One of my favorites, especially if you go with cigars, for example, not all of them, okay, but if you go with some Cubans, you know, that will be absolutely stunning. Some people tend to talk about food pairings and they talk about chocolate, for example, but actually that might kill your palate at the end. So I would suggest with food, especially with the fajitas, which you didn't guys send me one in Greece, but I will get I will get one because I'm starving right now. Okay, I would suggest that maybe you can go with either with Blanco or with the Reposado tequila here. At the end, with nachos, you can go, you know, with a Blanco tequila. Okay, with the fajitas, you can go with a Reposado, and then right at the end, you know, finishing and relaxing moments when you're smiley, you know, and happy days after this Manila house session, you know, you can enjoy and salute into you know, to life, or you know, for this COVID thing to go away. And then you can jump if you want to party a little bit more. We can jump to make some of the long drinks that we offer. We're offering today that my team put together down, you know, to have you guys having fun today with us. So before any questions, anything that you might want to ask, or you know, something that you feel that you know, maybe I'm talking too much. I know that. Okay, and my apologies, but you know, talking about tequila is always exciting times. But any questions? Do we have anything to discuss?
Yeah, like I said, feel free to unmute yourselves if you have any questions. And if you want to show your faces, we're more than happy to see you if you enable your cameras. Stelios, you'll show us some cocktails, right?
Yeah, actually, we're gonna make for you guys today. You have, please correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys have a tequila, Blanco tequila with tonic. Yeah, I don't know if you ever tried. Sorry.
Yes,
We
that's
have
correct.
tonic and lime. I think we have dehydrated
Yes,
lime.
limes. Yes, of course. But okay, so many people, you know, they talk about long drinks. Okay, but this is the coming up trend in bars, in real life. You know, many people they tend to drink blanco tequilas or gin and tonics, for example, which tequila and tonic is the new gin tonic trend that is growing quite a lot. Okay, and all you have to do is to make sure that you get a very, especially if you guys are at home, in order to enjoy a very nice long drink and super refreshing. In my opinion, I would like to suggest put everything on the fridge, ice, the glass, and your tequila. Okay, this is the magic combo at the end, even your tonic, sorry. You know, everything must be chilled. So Ferdy made it home. Are you ready to try everything?
Let's go.
So this is what I did as well. Okay, as you can see, my glass, my highball glass, you know, it was in the freezer. Okay, and then I have my tequila. I couldn't have this, sorry, in the fridge because I needed to taste it first. You know, many people, they tend to taste tequila when they are -2, -5, -10. It's not right or wrong. If you enjoyed it super chill, okay, it's fine. But for me, that I'm more like I want to understand what's in there in the tequila. You know, I want to have it on room temperature. just a little bit. Sometimes, when it's here in Greece, it's 45 degrees. I can put it a little bit in the refrigerator just to relax, to get some temperature in a normal ways. So
It won't matter after 10 shots.
so the ice as well is very, very important. Okay, the better quality ice you get, the less dilution you have as well. Okay, because most of the ice machines, they tend to have a bubble, a big bubble inside the ice cube. You will get to see that. So this bubble, as long as you go into room temperature, this bubble keeps oxygen, so it starts melting the ice. Okay, so when you go and say, I want a tequila with 1 ice cube, your drink is going to be super diluted in no time. So the more ice you have in there, the more enjoyable it will be. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm going to fill my glass here. Easy. You don't have to be sophisticated to have a, pump like this. But so if you have a jigger or you want to use a shot, these shots tend to be the long ones, tend to be like 60 ml, which is a little bit more than a normal measurement. If you have a jigger, it's fine. If you have the old school shot, or you can go the halfway, and it's about 30 milliliters less than a proper drink. So I will go the Mexican way. Okay, I will pour some tequila like with my gut feeling. Yeah. And I will top it up with, as I say, tonic that came from the refrigerator. Okay, why? Because I don't want any dilution in there. I want freshness to come. If I'm about to enjoy a drink, I want to do it with style. I want to do it in taste great. So, look, guys, when you're pouring soft drinks into your glass, never go on top of the ice. Many people, they just tend to pour it. Okay, why? Because when we're talking about carbonated soft drinks, okay, as soon as the CO2 touches the ice, then it's killed. The bubble is gonna die. Okay, so what I want to do is to avoid that, because I still need this CO2, this carbonation, to be into my drink. So if I just pour it like this, I will kill the tonic. So I need to go easy and put it on the side, and to save as many bubbles as possible, because bubbles as well, they work like an ingredient. What is important in bubbles is that they can add acidity into the flavor. I know you're looking at me like the crazy guy, from Greece that says about bubbles, okay, but actually bubbles are very important into our lives. Believe it or not. So, last but not least, I love to have my tequila tonic just with a lime wedge. Okay, some people, they like the acidity of the lime, some others they don't. What I will always suggest is just take the half wedge, put it on the rim like this, and then either you put it and you garnish your drink, or you squeeze it in there. Okay, so I like to squeeze it a bit. I like a little bit of this fruitiness that we get, and my tequila and tonic is ready. Sometimes you will get to see as well that the ice, the more that you have put a proper amount of ice in there, and suddenly when you pour your tonic, okay, then the ice goes up and it's floating. That means that your drink needs more ice. Okay, so salute, guys. This is my tequila tonic, the 1800 tonic. Okay, I really hope that has anybody actually did that, except Ferdi, that he really wants to go bad with shots today. Isabella.
I have no
Isabella.
ice. I'm so sad. I have no ice. So I kept the tonic water in the ref.
That's
Okay,
my
I'll send
niece.
you-
Make me proud, honey. Make me proud.
Let's see. No ice. Let's go.
Okay, I mean, if you put everything on the fridge for half an hour or something, you will make it. You will have a proper party later on. Or you can follow Ferdi as well, you know, just going straight with shots. Yeah, bam, bam, bam. But always with style, huh? We love shots, but we need to go easy. But then, you know, people tend to blame tequila with shots. Actually, you guys should be thankful that you're having tequila, because try to have a hangover with a whiskey or any other spirit. You're never gonna wake up from the bed. Yeah, I promise you. It's gonna take you weeks and weeks. You know, with tequila, next day, afternoon, you're gonna be all right. But as long as you do it with style.
But if you're mixing drinks, what is there a sequence for tequila? Because they say that you know, if you have tequila at the end, you're gonna
No,
not
the
feel
problem
very-
is, so we're straight. That's a very nice question, Mamina. Thank you. But you know, people they tend to blame tequila. Why? Because they have it in shots and they go very fast. Okay, so it's about the amount of alcohol that your body can absorb. You want to call it soju, you want to call it beer, you want to call it wine, you want to call it vodka, whiskey, or anything. It doesn't matter as long as you one amount, one measurement, like one drink, a normal body can absorb the alcohol in 1 hour. Okay, it depends how old are you. It depends, you know, how much, how hard you went on tequila when you were young, or anything. You know, so just a normal body can absorb one dose of like 50 proper ml of any alcohol in an hour. So imagine that we're all out tonight, okay, and we're gonna have like few drinks, okay, and we are on a table and we are there for 3 or 4 hours in a club dancing. Woohoo! Amazing, yeah. And we have tequila tonics. Suddenly, we all had like 5 drinks, 4, maybe 5 drinks, yeah, maybe 6. Okay, Ferdi will go 7, I guess. Together with me, we're gonna buy a whole bottle on the side. Okay, but then, okay, Isabella is coming with another bottle of tequila and say, shot, 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 shot. Yeah, and then you start pouring, you know, the tequila. Okay, one after the other, shots, one shot after the other, you know, and then that will go crazy. Okay, people, they're gonna be on the top of the bar dancing like there is no tomorrow. Yeah, but imagine that all of us having a bottle of tequila in 5-10 minutes max. That's the double of the amount of drinks we had earlier. So at the end of the day, you didn't have like 5 drinks and few shots. You actually had like 15 shots of tequila, or maybe 10. So, and then it's up to you how long you can last, you know, with alcohol, and how old are you, and you know what your body can absorb. So that's I don't know. Say people like to blame tequila. We are absolutely fine with this. You know, I've been drinking tequila since like 15 years now. If I had a hangovers, yes, I did. Why? Because I went too much, not because the products that I was drinking wasn't premium, or there is a reason to blame tequila. We all need a reason to blame, someone to blame, right? You know, if it's tequila, it's fine. But in our case, we're not talking about shots. We're talking about how to explore tequila, how to understand the history, the culture of Mexico, understanding daily habits, making the food pairing, and try to rethink what Mexico is all about. So thank you very much, guys, you know, for joining me, join the seminar. I really hope that you enjoyed it and you will appreciate tequila more from now on. But if you have any questions, I'm still here. I'll stick here.
I wanted to ask everyone to just turn on their cameras if we can take a group photo. Do you mind? Come on, guys. We want to see how drunk you are. No, I'm kidding. Great.
Rob, did you make the drink?
Robbie, do you have your drink, Tito?
Arlene? Ah, nice. Okay.
Oh, great. Okay. 1, 2, 3, tequila. Oops.
Oops.
Okay, let me take another one.
Ferdi.
Okay. Thanks
I don't
so
have the
much for
big
joining.
bottles. Thank you very much for busting the gin tonic train. I am down with tequila tonic. You are my god.
I'd never even thought of that combination.
Me too,
That's something
Babs.
to try. Huh?
Yeah.
Great. So we ready to party? It's Friday night.
Woo-hoo!
Please enjoy the drinks. You know, you can mix them. If you go with the coconut, the sample, you know, make sure you put some pineapple juice in there. That will make it. That will make you feel like you are in, I don't know, Boracay. That's the place that I want to go. Yeah, with the coconut here, you know, watching the beach, or come here to Greece. You know, have some beautiful islands around, you know, that you can absolutely enjoy. You know, a nice tequila-based pina colada or any tequila and tonics. Maybe we can go together.
Yeah, can't wait. Everybody can't wait to travel, I think. So that sounds really
Absolutely.
great. Tequila on the
This,
beach,
this is
right?
my third Christmas party tonight, so I'm really well done. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bambina.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Salud.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Stelios. Thank
Pedro.
you, Bambina.